What's up everyone and welcome to another YuGiOh Dueling video. So as you know, the new character that is available to be unlocked is Girag, a Zexal world character, and as you can see right now you can obtain the key event pieces right there. The event keys is a form of a ticket. And now Girag is also available on the screen as you can see right now. But let's click into the event page to see real quick on what this entire event is all about, as well as an event breakdown analysis as much as I can go into, squeeze between less than 10 minutes or so. So this new legendary duelist will appear and is available to be unlocked as you can see on screen right now. He'll appear available on the gate as well as randomly around the Zexal world, different locations overall. And as usual for an unlocked mission, there will always be the different episodes currently available for this character. And as you can see in the main event page, we'll go into that real quick later on. Well, let's check the recommended rewards, which is the main highlight of this entire event. So Girag will be available to be unlocked after the 10th of December at 1 PM, essentially tomorrow. And you can have the access to use his skill, which allows you to have his ace card number 106 Giant Hand. So let's check out this Giant Hand real quick. Oh wow, I do not like the looks of it. It's kinda creepy and it's a rock type. Okay, number 106 Giant Hand. 2 level 4s during either player's turn when the monster's effect is activated on your opponent's turn, except during the damage step. Detach 2 materials from this card and target an effect monster your opponent controls while this card is face up on the field. That effect monster's effects are negated and it cannot change its battle position. Huh. You know what this effect reminds me of? Fiendish Chain. So essentially this card is a Fiendish Chain, but by detaching 2 materials, your opponent loses their effects just like that, and this must be done before the damage step. Before or even after the damage step, essentially before their end phase overall. So Fiendish Chain basically does the same thing, and you don't need to detach 2 materials. I mean, there are much better rank 4 monsters overall to go into, and for this monster to be an ace card of this character, I mean an additional negate effect on the field is interesting, but okay, this is essentially permanent by the way. So this will basically last until as long as that monster is not field, it's gonna be permanent. And essentially, even if this card were to be destroyed, it still loses all its effect and it cannot change its battle position. So that's the upside of this card, but kind of weak in terms of having an ace card overall. But aside from that, since it's the first time that we're seeing this character, let's give him a chance. So here are the card sleeves. I like the mohawk, but man, that the ace card, the art itself is, I don't know, I don't like it. let's put it simply. For the event exclusive cards, we have Cataclysmic Scorcher Sunburner. It's a fairy type fire type monster, level 8. If a fire type monster you control is destroyed by battle or an opponent's card effect, that's a keyword. You can special summon this card from your hand, then inflict a quarter of the attack of that destroyed fire type monster in the graveyard. You can only activate this once per turn. Okay, so the effect itself, since it's a fairy type as well and it's a fire type, so essentially you would consider splashing this into a Fire King kind of playstyle where you auto self-destruct and etc. But the effect clearly states by opponent's card effect or by battle, which can be on your end or your opponent's turn. But this part, the opponent's card effect. So unless your opponent has something like Lightning Vortex or an effect that essentially destroys your fire type monster, must be face up by the way, and only then you can special summon this card. But aside from that, having 200 defense points means that it's quite searchable as well in terms of the other Flameveil archetype, so that's fine. Magic Hand is a level 4 spellcaster monster. If your opponent adds a card from their deck to their hand except by drawing, then you can send that card to the graveyard. If you do, inflict 400 burn damage and can be used once as this card is face up on the field. Okay, so here's the main problem. I like the effect where you are actually punishing your opponent just for adding cards to their hand from their decks, in terms of searching or even like add the top card to their hand or something like that. Yes, you punish them by sending it to the graveyard and inflicting 400 burn damage, but otherwise it's kinda meh in a way. But the effect is still okay to be processed. It's a dark and a spellcaster, so that's pretty much fine. And aside from that, we have Frost Flame Dragon, Inferno, Reload, and Dark Piercing Light, whatever. So let's check out the friendship games on the top right there to see the cumulative reward system. So here are the different episodes. So you gotta collect live tickets, win a duel against Girag, and finally collect event points, complete episode 1. Wait until tomorrow for episode 3, when you can obtain Girag as a playable character, where there's gonna be an event requirements to unlock the character as well. But for the cumulative reward system, as long as you duel against Girag and inflict as much damage or even like accumulate enough points at the end, this is why I say result boosters are very important when it comes to events such as this. And aside from that, by dueling against Girag, you also stand a chance to obtain EX jewels based on the different levels and how many times you duel against him, which all in all be exchanged at Card Trader EX on top right there. So as you can see, Cataclysmic Sunburner cannot be exchanged except for Glossy and Prismatic upgrades, but Magic Hand and all the other cards are available to be exchanged, by the way. Although I do recommend everyone to use this result booster, because this is the one of the key items that will actually increase the amount of points, so when it goes to the cumulative reward system, you'll actually have an upper hand in terms of proceeding forward. But that's just about it in terms of that. There's also an announcement in regards of a new mini box called the Arms of a Giant. Ooh, I wonder who or what archetype is going to be supporting. It's obviously going to be supporting Girag's archetype in terms of his giant hand, especially since November had ended about 2 weeks ago. So kind of, to be honest, this joke is kind of late, but that is kind of funny in its own certain way. So without further ado, let's see and proceed towards a duel against Girag. And as per usual, if you are unfamiliar with how to duel against this character, use the event boosters. So result booster is a must, extra life and extra card just in case if you want that form of like you're not confident in dueling against this character. And that's basically how I would recommend for those of you who are dueling against him, to see what kind of combos he might pull off or even trap hole you overall. But just for the sake of showing you how you can actually duel against him in a much more efficient way, so I'm gonna be using Kite Tenjo. So there's the interaction between them as well. And as per usual, I will not be using the extra life, but I will be using the result booster because this allows me to gain much more points later on. So now, without further ado, let's proceed towards the duel and see how we perform against this new character. Okay.
Let's duel.
What do you got?
Photon transformation.
Why do I have to duel? Duel!
Okay.
My turn. Appear!
I
end my turn.
My turn.
Secret Six Samurai Kizaru.
I draw.
You for real, bro?
Cypher Twin Raptor. I discard a card
Let's
to
get rid of
Cypher
this.
Twin Raptor's effect.
Bring out Cyber Biplane, so this is gonna be a very fast OTK. Activate the effect, turn these two into level 8. And then I will bring out Galaxy Ice Cypher Dragon.
The Galaxy thirst for revenge. Rank 8.
And then I will go into Galaxy Ice Cypher Blade Dragon.
Rank up Seize evolution! Come on out.
And now activate, ready to get defeated. Let's see. Over there. Cypher Blade gains 1,000 bonus attack points. Activate Photon Stream of Destruction and banishes Secret 6 Samurai Kizaru. Set this one just in case he has a form of negation in hand. And proceed towards the battle phase. Okay, nothing.
I can't believe you counted every...
You have good dueling.
Okay, that's a pretty decent OTK overall. So yeah, as I mentioned, choose the appropriate deck when you go against this kind of new legendary duelist, because you are not sure what kind of combos they might pull off or how they might floodgate you. So it's always better to be prepared and use whatever combo decks that you can think of right now. And aside from that, that's basically it for this entire event. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. And most probably tomorrow, when the new event does drop by and Girag actually appears and we get to unlock him, I'll do a video on him real quick to let you know on the requirements for unlocking him as well. So until then, stay safe, goodbye and good night. See ya and goodbye. Wow, okay. Alright, goodbye. Alright, I'll see you later on tomorrow.